My mornings start out like a weird dream sequence out of a cowboy movie. I'm lying there frozen, telling Carmen to saddle the horses because in my head we're escaping. In reality, I'm stuck in a bed waiting for my first Parkinson pill to kick in. And sometimes it's not a cowboy dream. Sometimes it's darker. I think Carmen's a nurse trying to poison me with medication, and I'll and I'll tell her in a slurred, half asleep whisper that they're trying to get us. Don't let them. And she'll just calmly say, "Sure thing, partner. Now, let's go make some coffee." And that's how my day starts, not with energy or motivation, with confusion, stiffness, and a voice that sounds like I just stumbled out of a bar at 10 a.m. My toes are curled, my hands are clenched, and for about 30 minutes, I can barely move. But here's the twist. That half hour I used to hate. It's now the most important part of my day.
Welcome to Living with Parkinsons. The good, the bad, and the reality. Real talk, real life, real community with Bryce Perry. Let's begin.
Hey everyone, I'm Bryce, and welcome back to Living with Parkinson's, the good, the bad, and the reality. And I'm so glad you're here. And if you're new, welcome. Seriously, you're part of something growing fast. It's just in just over the last month, over 1,700 new people have joined the community, and it just blows me away. It tells me that we're doing something that matters. And what is that? What are we doing that matters? We're talking. We're talking about real life, not the polished brochure version of Parkinson's. So thank you for showing up. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next, because this space isn't just about Parkinson's. It's about living with it and still finding moments of joy, laughter, and purpose. Okay, let's talk mornings. If you live with Parkinson's, you already know that mornings can be brutal. Your body feels like it's made of concrete. Your voice doesn't sound like you, and your brain's wide awake while your muscles are still on strike. For years, I hated mornings. I wake up stiff, frustrated, and angry at myself before the day even started. I'd stare at the ceiling thinking, this is how it's going to be forever. And honestly, that mindset made everything worse. Then one morning, I realized something. What if I stopped fighting those 30 minutes? What if instead of hating them, I use them? Because I can't control when my pills start working, but I can control what I do while I wait. And here's how my mornings look now. I keep my pills, my water right beside my bed. The moment my alarm goes off, normally Carmen gives me my pills. If she's not there, I take them and I take that first dose. And then nothing happens. Not right away. You know that. It takes time. So instead of lying there frustrated, I start small. I wiggle my toes, I roll my ankles, I move my fingers. It's not exercise. It's more like letting my body know, hey, we're still in the game here. And then I do some gratitude practice. And listen, some days it's deep. I'm grateful for another day with Carmen. Other days it's grateful for coffee. Whatever works. It gets my brain focused on something positive instead of spiraling into stress before I even get out of bed. And speaking of coffee, that's the holy grail of my morning. As soon as I can move enough to get up, I head for it, right for it. But there's something that's changed how I approach the whole start of my day. I actually plan it. I used to just wing it, right? I used to take my meds at random times, eat whenever, and wonder why some mornings were good and others were disasters. Once I started tracking my meds and my routines, everything changed, and I could see when my off periods hit, and I could adjust. Now, if you haven't done that yet, try it. Write down when you take your meds, when you eat, and how you feel. It's simple, but it gives you control. In fact, we're just about to release a new Parkinson's medication tracker, and it's going to make it easy. You can log your meds, note your on and off periods, and print it off to show your doctor. It's totally going to be free. You'll find the link in the description soon, hopefully, maybe even today. But it's the exact tool I wish that I had years ago. Now, I want to talk to you about something else. What happens in those frozen 30 minutes? Because I bet I'm not the only one. That strange dream state when your body's stuck and your brain's running laps. One morning I was convinced I was hosting a dinner party for my old coworkers in bed. Mhm. I kept asking Carmen where the appetizers were. She said, right here, chef. And she handed me the pills. And I said, those are not on the menu. And that's the kind of stuff that Parkinson's throws at you. And and we can either get mad about it or we can laugh about it. It's your choice. It's our choice. But here's your first takeaway for the day. Humor helps more than you think. You can't always move your body first thing, but you can shift your mindset. If you can laugh, even for a second, you take back some of the power that this disease tries to steal. And with that, that leads me right into Carmen's corner, or Carmen's care partner corner. Sorry. And she said this for you. She did this for you today. Hi, everyone. It's Carmen. Mornings in our house are never boring. Sometimes Bryce wakes up in a cowboy mode, and sometimes he's convinced I'm plotting against him. And other days, he just lies there stiff as a board, trying to pretend he's meditating, while really he's only just waiting for me to go get the coffee. Here, how'd you know that? Here's what I've learned. Patience is everything. I used to try to rush him, thinking if I got him moving faster, he'd feel better faster. But that's not how it works. Now I take those 30 minutes as my time too. I breathe, I plan, I take care of myself because you can't pour from an empty cup, as I always say. So if you're a care partner watching this, remember, your job isn't to fix it or to fix them. It's to support, and that includes taking care of you. Well, thank you, Carmen. And you know what? She's right. Mornings are tough for both of us because, um, they're tough. But that's also taught us teamwork. If you're living with Parkinson's, drop still waking up, still waking up in the comments. And if you're a care partner, why don't you drop this team caffeine? Because let's be honest, some days coffee is the glue holding this relationship together. Now, let's talk about how you can reclaim your mornings. Okay. So take some note of this. Okay. So here's tip number 1. Stop fighting the slowness. The more you fight it, the worse it always gets. Give yourself permission to warm up. You're not lazy. You're letting your body recalibrate. Okay. It's not lazy. You just have to recalibrate. All right. Here's tip number 2. Prep the night before. Set out your meds, set out your water, set out your clothes, your coffee mug, everything. Parkinson's already gives you enough surprises. Future you will thank past you. And here's tip number 3. Sunlight. As soon as you can move, open the blinds or step outside. Natural light helps reset your rhythm and boost dopamine. And let's face it, we could all use a dopamine bump. And if you're not sunny out, you live in a dark place like I'm about to go into in the middle of Canada as we move in towards the winter months, and it's dark here like all the time. I got myself one of this alarm clock light. It's like light comes on, it slowly comes on like a sun rising, and it lights up the side of my face. And I'll tell you what, it's really cool. I wake up feeling better. I wake up feeling more refreshed with it. It's really neat. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to take a look at it. They're not that expensive, but they're really cool. Okay. Tip number 4, hydrate early. I know coffee feels urgent, but water comes first. Dehydration makes stiffness worse. So start your day with a glass of water before your first cup of coffee. Did you know that? I say this like I'm so confident, but I got to try better at that one. And tip number 5, find one small win. Some mornings my win is getting my socks on without a wrestling match. And other days it's being ready for a meeting by 9 a.m. It doesn't matter how small it is. That one win sets the tone for the rest of your day. Because here's the truth. Parkinson's might decide how your day starts, but you get to decide how it goes. Now I want you to think about this. What's one thing that you can do tomorrow morning that would make your day a little bit easier? It could be prepping your pills. It could be stretching before you get out of bed. It could be setting an alarm or having some gratitude time. Tell me in the comments what your morning win will be, and then let's see how it goes. Okay? And while you're down there, why don't you hit subscribe? Because when you do, you're joining a movement of people who are done just coping. We're learning to live all over again. And if you want more tools like the Med Tracker that's coming up here, a boot camp for Parkinson's for newly diagnosed folks, the links are in the description. And if you want to go deeper, join the Inner Circle. It's our community where we share, we laugh, we vent, and we keep each other going. It's awesome. And with that, you've unlocked today's Bryce-ism. Here it is. With Parkinson's, you can't always control how your day begins, but you can control the story you tell about it. I like that. So until next time, I'll tell you what, I want you to keep waking up. I want you to keep laughing. And I want you to keep doing life today.